So I couldn't find a lot of information about the film I watched tonight, and I think that's because it's German, and I don't think it had a very wide American release, if it even had an American release. Um, so I don't have a lot to say about the filmmaker or the people who were in it, but it's from 2014. It was written and directed by Petra Clever. It's in German, and the film is called Happy End, question mark, exclamation point, also known as Interrobang. And it's a film about a girl who's about to go to law school, and she's having a crisis of self because she realizes that she's going to law school because that's what her dad has always wanted her to do, and she's like, what if I don't really want to do that? And then she goes into an aquarium at night that it turns out had been broken into, and she probably knew that she shouldn't be going in there, but she went in anyways and got caught, and they charged her with the destruction of the someone had written, freedom for all animals or something like that on the aquarium, so she got charged with vandalism and had to do community service, and she worked off the community service at a hospice where she met a very fiery musician and a little old lady, and then the little old lady dies, and the fiery musician decides she has to get the body or the ashes from the horrible son so that the little old lady can have the burial that she wants, and that's sort of the rest of the film. It's this big adventure. And it's also sort of the lead girl's self-discovery that she not only doesn't want to do what she's on the path to do, she's also a lesbian who's never really explored that side of herself. And so there's like life and death and choices and all these things all piled on each other. And parts of it were really, really good. The performances were great. It looked good. But it sort of felt like it's one of those films that everything it wanted to say is on the surface level, and it's not very nuanced, and it's not very, it's not, everything is on the surface instead of in the subtext. So it feels like a first draft of an interesting story, and I don't know, it could be just because the German subtitles or the English subtitles were terrible, and maybe in German it's the dialogue's much better. I'm not really sure. But I doubt it. I think it's just a film that probably could have had a few more drafts done before filming. But anyways, it's on Netflix. Again, it was written and directed by Petra Clever, and it's called Happy End.